Reacher Season 3 Episode 4, aptly named Dominique, offers an immersive and heart-wrenching portrayal of the Robin to Reacher's Batman, Dominique Cole. The majority of the episode takes place in an extended flashback sequence revealing who the bright and rising Lieutenant Cole was to Reacher and how Xavier Quinn, running under the alias Julius McCabe, brutally murdered her. But before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like and comment on the video, and if you're able, please sign up for channel memberships for exclusive content, which really helps us out. Anyway, back to the video. So, the subject of Cole presents a rare emotional layer to the typically stoic Reacher who, like in Season 2, is out to avenge a fallen soldier he once knew and admired. While Season 3 episodes 1 to 3 hinted at Reacher's past with Dominique, Episode 4 leaves it all on the table from the moment Reacher meets his potential protege to the nightmarish night he had to take her down and cover her tortured body. Episode 4 does an exceptional job of showing what kind of monster Xavier Quinn truly is, making him the most despicable and downright evil villain yet to be featured in the Prime Video series. Meanwhile, in the present-day timeline, Susan Duffy faces her own threat from McCabe as he sends his goons to retrieve Angel Doll's stolen bizarre laptop. With Reacher set on Quinn, the man he thought he killed for murdering Dominique, Season 3 is setting up a powerful and personal reunion. Reacher has effectively employed backstory and flashbacks in its previous seasons, but Dominique Cole's subplot may be my favourite of the entire series. While Cole was not a member of the 110th Special Investigations Unit, she certainly would have become one had she continued working with Reacher and may have just been his greatest military pupil. To see Cole go like that at the hands of an absolute monster is chilling to the bone, placing us right in the mindset of Reacher who unknowingly assigned Cole to her death. There are still plenty of exciting moments to look forward to in the second half of Season 3, particularly the visceral showdown with Paulie Van Hoven that was teased in the Reacher Season 3 trailer. That said, it seems that none of the ensuing action following Season 3's midpoint would be as effective without knowing two key things we learned in Episode 4. First is knowing what Reacher lost in Cole, who he described as a natural and who was young but smart, capable and determined. Second is learning what Reacher is up against in Quinn, who's the closest thing to a true sociopath and lowest of the low scumbag of the series thus far. Not only did Quinn rob Reacher of a meaningful professional relationship and Cole of what would have been a decorated military career, but he also robbed us of the emergence of Reacher's #1 sidekick. It says a lot about the strength and quality of a television series, particularly an action thriller like Reacher, when one of its key villains, two if you count Angel Doll, is killed within the first 3 episodes and there are still plenty of exciting and formidable threats at play. With Chapman Duke out of the way, that leaves Zachary Beck, his bodyguard Paulie, Richard Beck's bodyguard John Cooper, and of course the heinous Xavier Quinn as key villains in Reacher Season 3. Nick Santora, who developed Reacher for television, could easily have catered to fans by overutilizing Oliver Richard's Paulie and emphasizing action elements over telling a good story. Season 3's narrative is just as good, if not better, than those of the previous 2 seasons, proving the series has not gotten lazier but leaner after its success, and the same cannot be said of similar series on other platforms. The final act of Episode 4 brings the action back to the present, where unfolding tensions create riveting conflict between Duffy, Guillermo, and the incoming flock of McCabe henchmen. Considering all Reacher and the DEA are up against, it would not be surprising if one of the good guys took a hit, which would only fuel Reacher's path of vengeance further. With a show like Reacher, whose plot is well known by Lee Child's book readers and whose protagonist follows a repetitive yet winning formula, the joy of tuning in is not always about what happens, but how it happens. Halfway through Season 3, most of us would watch Reacher take a gardening class if it meant he'd still be putting up his usual shtick. With the pertinent Cole backstory and the new knowledge about Quinn in Reacher Season 3 Episode 4, the raised stakes and tension look to deliver another stellar season finale.